Welcome to the CBS Sports Spectacular. All the racing action will be provided by the Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series here today, and this telecast is presented by Toyota. We couldn't ask for better weather here just outside of Phoenix and Chandler, Arizona for the final event of the 2011 season. Welcome to the Lucas Oil Challenge Cup presented by Toyota. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ken Stout, and Jeremy McGrath will join me here. We're going to hand out some big money. How about over $120,000? 4 classes, 2 races. Yes, combined class racing. The season is over. Championships have been decided. They will leave nothing on the table here today, Jeremy. It's about the money.
Yeah, Ken, I'm excited to see this race. There's a lot of money on the line. There's a lot of blood boiling from past races, and these 2 classes on the track together is going to promote some carnage. I can't wait to see it. Should be exciting. Hopefully these guys can have a little respect for each other, and at the end of the day, have a great race.
They said in the drivers' meeting, we will accept no protest. You know what that means. Have at it, boys. It will be on without a doubt. Now, let's talk about the categories. Pro Light versus Pro Buggy. And to help us out with the differences between the classes, we're going to start off with our colleague who is a 2010 Pro Buggy champ and picked up his first win in the Pro Light category this year. Let's get it down to Cameron Steele. Cam?
Thank you, Ken. Well, I'm guaranteed no shortage of fireworks today, and in the first race we're going to see it will be the Pro Light trucks versus the Pro Buggy category. Now, these are 2 totally different vehicles. One is open wheel, one has fenders. I've been racing in the Pro Light, and I finished 3rd in the points, luckily, with a great team effort. But our team also has a Pro Buggy available because my teammate is injured. So I have the choice to make. Do I drive the 330 horsepower, 1,000-pound heavier truck, or do I drive the 170 horsepower Buggy? I've chosen to race the Buggy for a number of reasons. First of all, the Buggy has won both the last couple years, but what I like most about it is it has what I call the magic wand, a turning brake which can help you set up your turns, either the inside or help yourself on the outside. And with all the chaos that's going to be going out on the track, I think that this is the vehicle that's going to win this race. So I'm taking the choice of going to the Pro Buggy. A little risky because, well, I would be starting 4th row in that truck, but instead I'm going to be starting 14th row inside the Buggy. But I guarantee it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it's 19 laps, mandatory caution at lap 10, 20,000 to win this thing, and there's no Pro Light that's won it yet.
All right, let's take a look at our Rockstar starting grid. Jacob Person will lead the group for the Pro Light category. Kyle LeDuc, Corey Sisler, very fast. Jimmy Stevenson along with Casey Curry, very fast. Then you get to your points leaders, Rodrigo, Chris Brandt, and Brian Deegan as they invert the top 10 in points. And Pro Buggy, Doug Ford, there in row 9. He won this race 1 year ago alongside a very fast Steve Greinke. Justin Bean Smith and Jerry Welchel side by side. Very fast in the Pro Buggies. Mike Porter, your reigning champ in Pro Buggy. And Cameron Steele, he's come out of the Pro Lights and will campaign a Pro Buggy. Let's get it down to Rob Klepper.
And Ken, for your 2011 recently crowned Pro Light champion Brian Deegan, the general of the Metal Militia, just one thing left on his bucket list, and that is to win the Challenge Cup. He finished 2nd here at Firebird in this race 1 year ago, 10 wins on the season in Pro Light, 12 of 15 podium stops, and guess what? Deegan says he wants to be remembered as the baddest Pro Light driver of all time. Guys, if he can win the Challenge Cup here today, he's certainly going to be on his way. Let's go to Kelly.
Yeah, and Rob, most people wouldn't assume a Pro Buggy could beat a Pro Light, but history has shown us that's not the case. The last 2 years, a Pro Buggy driver has won this race, and if anybody can do it, it's going to be our 2011 Pro Buggy champ, Mike Porter. Mike showed us that consistency is the key, and if you finish on top of the box or somewhere in the top 5, you can clinch a championship. The toughest thing he's going to have to deal with today is starting on that 12th row. Because of the inversion, he's far back. His biggest help is that mandatory caution. They're going to bunch him up, and he needs to use that to work his way to the front. Let's see if he can make it 3 years in a row for the Pro Buggy drivers.
Thanks a lot, guys. And Matt Cook, unfortunately, has lost power out here on the pace lap. Talk about frustrating as we watch our Ready Lift off-road suspension Toyota pace truck lead the group around here. He'll pull that one down out of the way. Jacob Person will lead him to the green flag alongside a very fast Corey Sisler. The Rockstar Energy Drink girls say we are going green. The first of 2 cup races has begun.
Man, Person got a good jump there. There's no way they're going to restart this race, so kudos to him. Out in front, looking good.
And right off the bat, Jacob Person gets in trouble in turn number 1. Way up, out over the berm, and loses everything he gained.
Corey Sisler taking advantage of that little mistake by Persons and getting that clean air out front.
On board with Kyle LeDuc, the Rockstar Energy drink back machine as they go through turn number 3. He's battling with Corey Sisler, and then Mayhem back behind him. Jacob Person and Casey Curry get together, and now Jacob Person from leading to dead last.
Yeah, a couple mistakes in the first few corners of the first lap. And right there you can see Kyle LeDuc gets up on the bike, runs into Sisler. Sisler puts Person into the wall. All kinds of stuff going on really quick in this race.
So really, Jacob Person just at the wrong place at the wrong time. And then, again, this time with Casey Curry, the number 2 truck, just gets tagged a little bit over that jump and turns him sideways and off the course. Corey Sisler, the number 19, is now your leader.
Yeah, and he's driving with some vengeance. Corey's had a lot of great races this year, but had a lot of trouble with finishing these races. So I'm sure he's looking for a great race here. Obviously battling with Kyle LeDuc in that Rockstar truck, number 99.
Buggy's in the back, turn number 3. Get hooked up together. A couple of trucks now as well get hooked up together, including the number 88 of Austin Kimbrell. Oh, and it was Kimbrell who just hooked an edge right there. You had to make a decision to go to the top or to the bottom. He got caught in the middle and then collected Chad George in the process. Chad in the wrong place at the wrong time. Kelly?
Well, guys, working their way up the pack, the pro buggies are definitely making themselves known amongst those pro lights. The first buggy that we have is in position 8. It's Justin Bean Smith, but right behind him is the guy who took it all last year in 2010, Doug Fortin, who's running 9th right now. Guys, he won it last year. He's itching to do it again here in 2011.
Well, he's not going to win it if he keeps beating and banging with Rodrigo and Pudi in one of those pro light trucks. The Racer's chassis is tough. I don't know if it's that tough to take that kind of beating.
Whoa, Doug Fortin switching lines. I mean, these buggies are really agile for sure, but you're not supposed to switch lines on the track there.
All right, that is Porter, Greinke, Fortin, and then Cameron Steele in the red and white pro buggy. But at your MagnaFlow exhaust top 5, it's all pro lights. Races here at the Lucas Oil Challenge Cup presented by Toyota. You're looking at a battle for second place. Chris Brandt, who finished second in the points in the division for the championship, currently in 3rd place behind Corey Sisler, the number 19 truck.
Yeah, Kyle LeDuc running a great race. He's out front. Here's a nice shot of Brian Deegan on board. Obviously, he's a pro light champion this year, chasing down Chris Brandt and the rest of these guys.
And you can hear just great throttle control there. And there's your first pro buggy. That is Justin Bean Smith in the black Alumacraft chassis. He is working his way up through there as we go back and we find Jimmy Stevenson, and Cameron Steele is back there with Jimmy Stevenson. Those two guys battled all year long in pro light, and right there he almost snubbed Cameron Steele, who had so much more corner speed.
Yeah, Cameron opting to run the buggy, looking really good. These things are probably pretty fun to drive with that turning brake in there. You can get a little low in the lines to hold some lines maybe that these pro light trucks can't get to.
Yeah, just straight out speed. Actually, the vehicles are pretty close, but you'll watch right here. Cameron Steele takes that low line. He works that cutting brake that you were talking about, runs the bottom, and comes out with the same amount of speed. We look at Kyle LeDuc. He is your leader, then Corey Sisler, and now we've had a change of positions. Brian Deegan has gotten around Chris Brandt, and Bean has also gotten around Chris Brandt. Here's how it went down.
All right, take a look at Brian Deegan going down low there for the slide job right in front of Chris Brandt. And Chris Brandt's trying to get a run on him back around the outside, but Deegan has a position.
Chris Brandt tries the high-low, but had to check up a little bit too much, loses momentum. In the meantime, Bean gets a great run around the outside, and we talked about the buggies changing direction. How about from high to low right there with the cutting brake for Justin Smith, and now he's taking a look at passing Brian Deegan as we go back up to our leader.
Yeah, Kyle LeDuc doing an awesome job in that Rockstar Energy truck, number 99. Great pro light driver. Corey Sisler holding on to second as we go to yellow, and Justin Bean Smith doing a phenomenal job making short work of these guys. He's our first buggy in 3rd place.
And that's exactly what he wanted, to get up, have the leader in sight at the mandatory caution. When they throw the green flag again, it is game on for big money. Stay with us. we are going green once again here at the Lucas Oil Challenge Cup presented by Toyota. Kyle LeDuc is out front with the Pro Light, followed by Corey Sisler, and they better be on their game because Justin Bean Smith is coming. A great restart by Kyle LeDuc, and the ticker up at the top in red, those are the Pro Lights, and orange, the Pro Buggies.
Yeah, now one thing about this track, you guys at home, is it's getting packed in. The trucks and the buggies are able to drive wherever they want on the track.
No! I'm glad I wasn't running that camera. Don't worry, nobody was.
Including in the wall.
That is an unmanned camera, and this is why. Stephen Greinke right up and over the K-rails. He gets a little bit of help. Oh, and that step up is so hard, and Brian Deegan pulls off the track.
Man, what a bummer. Austin Kimbrell going over for the second time, just about in the same position he did earlier.
Yeah, if they get him rolled back over, he could go for the hat trick in that turn. Back out front, though, is Kyle LeDuc, and full course caution will come out here. That is not what he wanted, because he had a nice gap over those guys.
Oh, yeah, it looks like Cameron Steele putting the stuff on Austin Kimbrell before the step up, and probably what happened is he come up there, didn't know what line to choose, and hooked again, went over the top.
Just a tough race here for the young gun, Austin Kimbrell, who has such a bright future. But that brings out a full course caution, and they get the 88 truck turned over once again. And Rob Klepper, what happened to the champ?
Well, guys, the 2011 Pro Light Pro 2 champion Brian Deegan not picking up your first Challenge Cup here in the lights. What happened, bud?
Oh, I'm so bummed. We were running up there in the top 3 or 4, and I ended up getting into some carnage. It's such a battle out there. I mean, it's just metal on metal, and ended up breaking a power steering pump and pouring water out, so I just saved the engine, couldn't steer, so came in, but it looks like my boy Justin Bean Smith from the militia is going to win this thing.
Very proud of him, and helps him out a little bit. He has a little sponsorship action going on there with Bean.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to turn these trucks without power steering.
So once again, the number 99 of Kyle LeDuc gets a great restart. Corey Sisler needs to be fast. Kyle wants Corey to be fast, just fast enough to keep Bean behind him. But Bean will look for every other line other than what Corey's running.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of the track right now. It's really in good shape. These guys can race all over it. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm seeing a little tiny bit of smoke out of the back of Sisler's truck.
Currently in 5th place is Stephen Greinke. That is Rodrigo Ampudia on the inside. Greinke takes the high line. You have to pick right there. Greinke goes to the high side, carries good momentum, and comes out ahead of Rodrigo Ampudia as we go back up to our leader with just 3 laps to go, and he makes a mistake. We've seen him bike that thing a couple of times. Corey Sisler out front. Could this be the magic? Could Corey Sisler pick up his first ever career win?
You know, that's the thing. Well, 2 turns in a row. Turn 1 down there gets so many grooves. And Kyle's made some great saves. Just let's hope he doesn't turn it over.
This is exactly what Bean wants. He wants those 2 guys racing and then a little bit of clean track, and he can go past them. Bean about to take over 2nd place from Kyle LeDuc. Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
That was Chris Brandt on the inside. As he and Kyle LeDuc get together, Kyle LeDuc gets up on the high side, even though he aimed for the low side.
Yeah, he's getting a little pinball action while he's out there.
Another look at it here. Bean on the buggy, the inside, then Brandt and LeDuc. A great save by LeDuc.
Oh, man, that was just all luck, I think. I think he, in the driver's seat, he probably thought he was rolling over right there.
And the battle for the lead is on. Corey Sisler, who has never won one. Bean right behind him. Bean's first year in the Pro Buggy category has had so much success, and Kyle LeDuc is out of it now.
Wow, look at Bean Smith taking the lead here. Just on the gas. Corey Sisler's probably going, man, where'd that come from?
And Sisler battles right back as they go side by side. They're going to pick up the white flag. 1 lap to go. $20,000 on the line, and the caution flag comes out. Oh, Kyle LeDuc right there, and Sisler has to be saying, can I buy a break?
Kyle LeDuc into the wall, bikes it again. What happened there, he was out in the loam, got it up on 2 wheels, didn't have enough room to save it.
stunt driving on 3 turns, and the last one bit him right there. So we're set up for a green-white checker. Corey Sisler did have a little bit of steam. It was pushing a little water out of the back of the truck. We were able to see that on this pace lap, as he is right behind the Ready Lift off-road suspension pace truck that pulls off out of the way. Corey Sisler looking for a great start. He has a little bit of gap between him and Justin Bean Smith.
Yeah, Bean got a good run. It looked like he gapped him out a little bit.
Oh, Rodrigo Ampudia up on the back of Stephen Greinke eliminates both of them.
And Sisler looking good. Justin going down low. And are you kidding me? Corey Sisler, 20,000 up in smoke right there.
Yeah, probably a swing of 40 grand. How about a 20 grand motor and $20,000 on a line to win? That one hurts big time. And Bean says, thank you very much. I will take the lead. However, Chris Brandt, it would be sweet redemption for him if he could pick up this win here. 20 grand, it would soften the blow for losing that championship.
Oh, yeah. And that Corey Sisler blowing up there is sort of the end, the story to his season.
So the white flag flies. Justin Bean Smith out front. They have a caution flag there in turn 1. We saw that before with Greinke and Ampudia. But out front is Bean with the Metal Militia, competitive metal sponsored Pro Buggy, then the Toyota. Right behind, Chris Brandt, of course, flying the colors for our fallen friends. And look back behind him, that is Casey Curry, who can't see anything.
Yeah, I think his hood, we've seen it popping up for this whole race, but it finally come up in his eyes. Looks like he's got a little vision there, but man, it's the last lap. He's just doing whatever he can to get to the finish line.
That is very impressive. I don't know how he can see where he's going at all, but he's trying to hang on to a podium spot, but it's going to be Justin Bean Smith who grabs 20 grand. Chris Brandt flying the colors of Jeff and Rick Huseman on the door, and Casey Curry somehow, by Braille, I guess, manages to hang on to the final podium position.
Wow, what a race.
The fans treated to a great show here, but of course the big boys are waiting to go. Here's your General Tire final results. Congratulations to Bean.
Oh man, Bean makes it 3 in a row for the Buggies, and those trucks just about got it done.
What a great battle all in all. That's exactly what the fans have come out here to see. Let's get it down and talk to our winner.
And guys, for the 3rd consecutive year, a Buggy takes home the win at the Lucas Oil Challenge Cup. One round to go, the final round of the season. Bean, you got to win here at Firebird, but big money here today. Congratulations. What an epic battle.
Oh, man, you know, we came in this weekend just wanting to concentrate on finishing the season strong. So, you know, we came out here and did it. BF Goodrich Tire's been hooking up all year long. And to win the 3rd consecutive shootout cup in a row, you know, I can't be happier. You know, this Menzies Motorsports car has been backing me for a couple years now, and I couldn't be happier. So big thanks to all our sponsors: Competitive Metals, Metal Militia, BF Goodrich, Fox Racing Shocks, Troyer Racing Engines. Yeah!
Justin Bean Smith, guys, takes home the Lucas Oil Challenge Cup.
I know you were a little disappointed not taking that points championship here in 2011, but what a way to end the season. You're taking home some good money, buddy.
I guess so. Second seems to be in the cards for me this weekend, but you know, I can't say enough without the fans being out here and then putting this on for us. And you know, without their support, we wouldn't have a show here. And you know, my crew, what a hell of a crew. You know, consistency. That's 14 podiums and 16 starts. Nobody does that, and still I'm second. Whatever.